For latest astrology videos, subscribe AstroEdify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live. Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to talk about what happens when Jupiter is in the sign of Capricorn in anybody's chart. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So today we are going to discuss about Jupiter in Capricorn, and most of you, if you are familiar with the astrology, people will know that Jupiter is debilitated in this sign. Okay, why it is debilitated, I will talk about it later on. The thing here, let's understand first that what Jupiter is and what Capricorn represents. First of all, Jupiter is considered as the second most important planet after Moon. The reason, simple reason behind it is that Jupiter is the natural significator, that is the Karak planet for a lot of important aspects of our life. That is the main reason. Okay, and it means that I've made a video on this also. You can see it here in the card section, that why Jupiter is important. But in concise way, I am telling you right now that Jupiter controls naturally a lot of important aspects. And for example, let's say, see, Jupiter is the Karak planet for education, and we also see the education for from 5th house and 5th lord. Let's say, suppose that Jupiter is not at all responsible or related to the 5th house or the 5th lord in the horoscope of any person. It is not at all coming out to be responsible for education, no relation with the 5th house or 5th lord whatsoever. But still we are going to see the Jupiter for education of the person, because it naturally controls it. It is the natural significator, that is the Karak planet for that. So Karak means the natural controller. So even though it is not controlling, even though it is not having the influence in the horoscope of the person with respect to the house or the house lord, but still we are going to check it for that particular area. So if Jupiter is bad, or it is what you can say badly placed, then or weak, then what happens? It is definitely going to create a lot of hurdles and problems when it comes to education. Okay, no matter what. How even though the person's 5th lord or 5th house is exalted, still Jupiter is going to create problems if it is bad. So that is the importance of the Karak planet. And similarly, apart from education, Jupiter is the natural significator and controller of many other important aspects of our life, and that is why it is important. So what are those areas? Let's see. Jupiter controls education, knowledge, wisdom, gurus, teachers, guides, mentors, which give us the education in our life, all the learning which we attain from them. Jupiter controls spirituality, finances, wealth, children. Bhagya means fortune, dharma means religion and duty, philosophy. For females, it is the controller for husband. Marital life is under the domain of Jupiter for females specifically. Good habits within us are ideals, morals, principles, virtues are seen from Jupiter. Management is seen through Jupiter. If we talk about our body, it controls fat, liver, spleen and lymphatic system and brain. So Jupiter is very important when it comes to the various aspects of our life. So that is why Jupiter is important, I told you, and what it represents. Now let's talk about Capricorn. See, Capricorn is a zodiac sign, natural zodiac sign of the 10th house, and its lord is Saturn, and it is a earth sign. And Capricorn represents materialism totally. It is a sign of earth trikon. 2nd, 6th and 10th house form the earth trikon. Earth means you can say money, or you can say finances. Okay, wealth. Wealth or finances in English, but actually it is known as Artha Trikon. So it controls materialism totally. All the material world which we experience around us is seen through Capricorn. Okay, and 10th house is the house of career also. So this is a zodiac sign important for career, authority, power, government, discipline, organization, law, decision making capability, justice, practicality, realistic approach. All these things are under the domain of Capricorn. But still you might be wondering that these are some good qualities, but still Jupiter is debilitated here. Why? The reason, let's talk about that. See, why Jupiter is debilitated in this zodiac sign, even though Capricorn represents a lot of good aspects. It represents discipline, it is law. Jupiter is also law and justice. It is good for decision making. Jupiter is management. It is authority and career. Jupiter is good for that. It is a practical sign. Jupiter helps there. So, but what is the reason? What is the reason? The main reason why it is debilitated, and one more, that Jupiter and Saturn are not enemies to each other. They are neutral planets. Saturn is the lord of Capricorn, and Jupiter and Saturn are not enemies to each other. They are neutral to each other. But still, Jupiter is debilitated in this sign. What is the reason? The main reason is that here, this is the sign of materialism. That is the main reason. Main materialism. And this is hardcore materialism. Means everything which is happening on material reality, it is real, it is reality. Saturn is reality, but it is most of the time it shows material reality. Material reality means what is happening around us, that reality, not the spiritual reality. That is not here. And Jupiter is a spiritual planet. No matter how Jupiter is placed, if it is, even though it is receiving some support and making some good combinations, it will always, in its potential, what it has in the chart, it is going to always motivate the person to think of something other than materialism. It will force the person, motivate the person to be spiritual in nature also. It will motivate the person that whether all the materialistic aspect, that is the only truth, or that is the aim or goal of life, that a good career, fame, success, huge amount of money, what you can say, a lot of wealth, all sorts of pleasures and luxuries and possessions, that is your sole aim of life, or is there something other than this? Jupiter is your higher purpose in life. Here Jupiter lacks that opportunity to give that realization to the person. That is why it becomes debilitated. That is the sole reason. Because out of all the earth signs, there are 3 earth signs: Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. 2nd, 6th and 10th house are controlled by this, that is the earth trikona. So Capricorn, out of all these 3, and 10th house is specifically Capricorn, it is the most strong, it is the strongest of them, strongest among the all earth signs, strongest sign among all earth signs. So earth signs are what? Earth means where we are living. That is what is earth. Okay, where we are living, where we are standing on the ground. That is what is earth. Jupiter is above earth. Jupiter does not want to be on earth forever. Jupiter, that is why it motivates us to think of things higher than the material world. That is why. And it becomes debilitated here because it lacks total opportunity. Okay, total opportunity is lost to Jupiter. If it is totally debilitated, then it lacks the total opportunity in order to give some sort of motivation or force to the person to think other than these things, other than material world. And that is why it becomes totally debilitated. That is the major reason. Okay. Now, today we are going to discuss 3 cases. 3 cases of Jupiter in this Capricorn zodiac sign, and this is a very what you can say, sensitive sign for Jupiter, highly sensitive, highly vulnerable for Jupiter, very sensitive. You have to check the position of Jupiter very carefully when it is in this sign. And I am going to take 3 cases. First is the case of Neechabhanga Raj Yoga, when the cancellation of debilitation is happening. If you don't know what Neechabhanga is, watch my video here in the card section about Neechabhanga Raj Yoga. You will be able to know that what Jupiter is, what Neechabhanga is, and up to what potential it is happening. All things I have discussed there. Now, second case will be when Jupiter is not undergoing Neechabhanga Raj Yoga, means there is no cancellation of debilitation, but it is receiving the support from Saturn, who is the lord of Capricorn. Third case will be where there is no Neechabhanga and there is no support from Saturn, and both are afflicted. So there are 3 cases which we are going to take today. So let's start with the first case. First thing here is, if Jupiter is in Neechabhanga Raj Yoga, then it is very strong. Then it is not going to give negative results at all. It is not going to give negative results. Rather, it is going to give very positive results depending on other yogas also. If they are favorable, they are going to increase the intensity, increase the strength of the Jupiter in this zodiac sign of Capricorn. So if Neechabhanga Raj Yoga is happening, and at what strength it is happening, how much potential, how much percentage it is happening, you have to check. Okay. That depends on the Navamsha chart also, all other various combinations also. So Neechabhanga simply does not mean that, okay, the Neechabhanga technically according to the rules it is happening, but sometimes it is false. Means yes, it is happening technically, but the results are not going to be up to that potential. So you have to check both the things. The percentage also, the potential, how much the Neechabhanga yoga is going to work, and whether it is happening technically or not. So both the things have to be checked. So I am discussing the case here that Jupiter is in total Neechabhanga Raj Yoga. It is getting excellent support from Saturn, and then it is going to be considered very strong, not weak at all. Rather, it is going to give very what you can say extraordinary results sometime also. So first of all, what we can see here, that if this is the case, first case, then it is going to make person more action oriented, organized, disciplined, workaholic, ethical, moralistic, idealistic in approach. Practical attitude will be there. They will be realistic in approach. They will be more working on the basis of ground realities. Person will be responsible in nature. Dedication will be there in personality. As I said, workaholic nature automatically gives dedication. And decision making will be strong, leadership skills will be good, natural leadership skills will be there, leadership talent. Then Jupiter motivates the person to seek truth and justice in life. Seek truth and justice. Saturn and Jupiter are both law, both are justice, both are truth. That is why it helps there. It believes it helps the person to make, what you can say, give a sense of mentality to believe more in working rather than speaking, rather than saying the things out loud. They believe more in action. So action speaks louder than words. These people follow this particular quotation, literally apply that in their lives. If this is the situation, Jupiter is strong here. So believe more in serving the people through the best of their abilities, through the best of their talents, through the best of their skills, what they know and how they can serve. So no matter what sort of through what sort of position or medium they are serving, it doesn't matter. They believe more in serving the people, the society, through best of their abilities. That is what Jupiter helps here a lot. At the same time, see, Jupiter here is debilitated, means everything is going to be there with some delay. Delay will be there and efforts will be necessary. And that is why naturally also, if Jupiter is strong, person will automatically be very much very much action oriented in nature. They believe more in work. They believe more in actions rather than saying the things. So that is the natural status here. Natural what you can say tendency here if Jupiter is good. So what happens here, that it gives good education, status and reputation in society, and all sort of material growth, whether it is financial growth or career growth, any sort of material growth. All of these things are attained through self efforts. Person is self made. If let's say Jupiter is or Saturn, they are becoming very important for career of the person, then this will be much more you will see in the life of the person. If Jupiter is in this situation which I am discussing right now. So person will be self made. Everything will in life, what he is going to gain is through self efforts. And they will be good ultimately because of their self efforts and their continuous dedication and willpower and correct direction. So all these good results can be seen with Jupiter in the zodiac sign. If it is in Neechabhanga, then it is very strong. Apart from this, several career fields are there: management, administration, politics, law, judiciary, defense services, police, sports, and agriculture field, teaching, education, medicine field. They all are good for Jupiter in this sign, but you need to check the debilitation. Specifically for education and medicine, Jupiter must be in Neechabhanga, otherwise it will not support in medicine and education. It can support in other areas, but not in education sector and medicine, until and unless it is not in Neechabhanga. Neechabhanga must be there for these two areas, otherwise it will not support. Very difficult. Then now let's come to the second case. The second case here is that, let's say if Neechabhanga is not there, Jupiter is not undergoing Neechabhanga Raj Yoga, there is no cancellation for debilitation, but still there is support from Saturn to Jupiter. Means Saturn is well placed. Saturn is not creating the Neechabhanga, but still Saturn is well placed. It is supporting the Jupiter. Okay, and other good combinations are there in the chart which are further going to intensify the strength of the Jupiter. So this means that yes, some negative results will be there in life. There will be certain reduction in the positivity of the Jupiter, of course we cannot deny it, but the Jupiter is not going to be in a worst case scenario here. Jupiter is going to favor with delay, with the efforts, it is going to give results for sure. So good results can be seen here, but with certain what you can say nuances of negative results will be there definitely. So what kind of results we can expect in this case? Second case, the thing here is that it can give problems in education, certain problems. I will not say that a lot of tremendous problems can be seen here, but yes, certain problems in education can be seen, certain gaps, certain delays in education can be seen. Specifically if they are responsible with the 5th house, then it will be more enhanced. Then all sort of gains in life, whether it is financial gain and gain in career or gain in any sort of good activities in life, any sort of gains which you get in your life in any aspect of life, they are going to be there after tremendous hard work. They are going to be there after tremendous hard work and effort of the person. That is why I said person will be self-made here. But here the hard work is now going to be increased, the labor is going to be increased, the self-effort is going to be increased now, because Jupiter is not undergoing Neechabhanga. So here gains will be there, but after a lot of hard work, after a lot of what you can say, putting a lot of stress and strain. Okay, and results can also be delayed. There could be delay, there could be slowness, and sometimes limited material growth as well. And it also gives a deep inclination towards materialism, because this sign is what? Capricorn is the sign of materialism, and Jupiter here is not debilitated, means now it is not undergoing Neechabhanga. This means that now it is going to give what? More inclination towards materialism. And you have to see the moon and Lagna Lord, if they are also in a similar position, this will be enhanced even further. So this can also be another result which Jupiter can give here. Apart from this, financial gains, this is a one particular result which I have seen specifically, most of the times specifically when Jupiter directly is responsible for the career of the person in the horoscope. Let's say it is sitting in the 10th house, or it is the 10th lord, and it is not undergoing Neechabhanga but receiving the support from Saturn. So this means that financial gains will be there, career will progress, career will be moving on, there will be money inflow in the person's life, but most of the time it shows, and it depends a lot on moon and Lagna Lord also. But I have seen this, that is why I am sharing this. Do not take it directly, okay? But this is the result what I have seen so far in my studies, so I am sharing it, that it gives financial gains through unethical or illegal modes most of the time and mediums. Legal sources, even if the person, let's say, wants to get the income source from legal sources, he suffers losses there. This is one result which I have found in several cases which I have studied, several. So but you have to see the moon and Lagna Lord, they must be in favor of this situation, otherwise this thing will not be there. Okay, and one more thing, it must be directly responsible for career. Jupiter must be directly responsible for the career of the person in the horoscope. If that is not there, then this result will not be there. Next thing is that it gives slight, or you can say somewhat more degradation in ideals, morals, principles, ethics, the responsible attitude which we were talking about previously, which was very good. There will we were talking about leadership skills, they are very high, they are natural, they are very good. Now there will be degradation here. In that, in all these qualities there will be degradation, because now Jupiter is getting down, that's why. And there will be increased affinity, but again you have to check the moon, you have to see the moon is very important, whether your mind is what you can say deviated towards these things or not, attracted to these things or not. You have to see the moon first, and then your personality, that is your Lagna Lord. If they are also in the similar position, that it has the tendency and it has the 100% capability, Jupiter here has the full capability to increase the affinity towards corruption and selfishness. So I have seen this, that is why I am telling you these things, okay? But they have to see the moon and Lagna Lord. If they are not there, then results will be slightly different, okay? But these are the results of the second case, that Jupiter is not debilitated, not in Neechabhanga, but getting the support from Saturn. Next thing is that, let's say the third case now is Jupiter is in, no Neechabhanga is there, Jupiter is in this sign, but no Neechabhanga Raj Yoga is happening. and no cancellation of debilitation is there. And at the same time Saturn is afflicted and there is no support from Saturn also. Or let's say if Jupiter is also afflicted, along with debilitation, Jupiter is also afflicted, making Guru Chandal Yoga, getting retrograde, or getting in what you can say bad houses, becoming functional malefic, or in severe Papkartri Yoga, or becoming going in Mrityu Bhag situation. All these bad situations are there for Jupiter also. And Saturn at the same time is bad. Saturn is also in what you can say enemy signs. It is debilitated, it is retrograde, forming bad yogas. Then this situation will become more negative. So all the situation, all the conditions which I told you, the more they are going to be fulfilled in one's chart, the more negative the Jupiter is going to become right now. Okay, so the more conditions fulfilled, the more negative and bad Jupiter will be. And you must see Moon and Lagna Lord also for this. If Moon and Lagna Lord, as I said, they are mind and personality. So if they are also in the similar positions, then this will be extremely bad situation. This is considered a very drastic situation, worst case scenario for Jupiter in Jyotish. There could be nothing better than this. So I am sharing this because yes, Jupiter is debilitated, so we it is going to give negative results, we cannot deny it, but you have to closely analyze. That is why I am requesting again and again that do not take it to direct conclusions. Specifically people who are amateur in astrology, they have this tendency that they have seen they have studied something, and that incomplete knowledge is there, and they directly, without any what you can say experience or detailed knowledge, they apply these principles and they jump to direct conclusions which are always false, always wrong. These results which I am going to talk about right now of this particular bad Jupiter, and as I told you, have to see the intensity. The more conditions are going to be fulfilled of all the conditions which I told you, how Jupiter is going to be afflicted and how Saturn is going to be afflicted, the more conditions are going to be fulfilled, the bad the Jupiter is going to be, the weak the Jupiter is going to be, the more negative results the Jupiter is going to give. And if Moon and Lagna Lord are also supporting in this, means they are also not well placed, then this situation will become even more worse. So you have to check exactly how they are placed. Do not jump to direct conclusions, because now the results which I am going to talk about, these are some very negative results. Keep this thing in mind. And I am discussing this because we have such people in our society. And Jyotish means astrology. The purpose of astrology is to show exactly how the person is. Astrology means our birth chart is a mirror. We cannot hide from that. We can hide ourselves from the world. We cannot hide ourselves from ourselves. So Jyotish actually helps us to understand that thing. So the results which I am going to talk about right now, they are highly negative, but do not jump to direct conclusion. This is my warning here, because if you are going to do so, you are going to lose faith not only in astrology but also in yourself, that you are going to question yourself, you are going to doubt yourself. Do not do that. Okay, I am sharing this and treat it as a source of information. Okay, I am repeating again and again. Now let's see what happens when this case is there. So first of all, it will going to give very high Shadripu. Shadripu means there are 6 enemies of man. So 6 enemies are lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego and jealousy. So they are going to be increased. Minimum one of them, minimum out of 6, at least one or more will definitely be there, no matter what, definitely be there. And the person's personality will be actually made around that one particular flaw. So let's say the anger is there, anger is more, so the person will be very too much anger disposition will be there. Okay, so people who are very violent in nature, they are very full of anger, full of what you can say always a slight thing and they are on fire. So that is what you can say high Shadripu is there of what? Anger. So any one of them, minimum one, at least one or more, is definitely going to be high, and personality will be made around that one particular flaw. That is definite. Next thing, there will be no control over the senses. We cannot even think of that. Next thing, person is blinded by materialism totally. And if that is there, because this sign is what? Material world, and Jupiter has now no scope at all to zero scope for Jupiter is there to force the person, motivate the person for spirituality. There is nothing like that. So what happens now? Person becomes blinded by materialism. High selfishness is there. Cunning, deceitful and immoral attitude can be seen. Several bad habits and addictions can be seen. Corruption in the thinking, very low thinking can be seen. Education will either be very poor, or there will be no education at all. There will be no financial or career growth for long term specifically, even though in short term person could be seeing these things, but in long term they will vanish. Marital life will be very bad, specifically for females. It can give divorce, it can give multiple marriages, it can give cheating, it can give extramarital affairs, depending on other combinations. But Jupiter is not good for that, and both for males and females. Here it is both for males and females. It doesn't depend on gender. Child related problems can be seen. Either there are difficulties in having the children, or it can give what you can say, loss of child, depending on other yogas, or it can give bad relationship with the child, or it can give some serious health issue to the child. Any kind of problems related to child can be seen. Person will not respect anybody. Jupiter, if it is bad, person will not respect anybody. Then a person is indulged in all sorts of unethical and corrupt malpractices. No happiness can be seen here in life. Problems of liver can be seen, digestive system, thyroid, diabetes and any sort of incurable diseases can be seen with this particular alignment if Jupiter is bad. But see, these things are there, and I have told you these things because Jupiter here is not good if it is in such situation, the third case which we are discussing. But you have to be very, very careful in order to analyze this. Do not jump to direct conclusions. I am saying it again and again. Okay. So we have discussed 3 cases of Jupiter, and you can see yourself the wide variation which Jupiter is presenting itself here. At one place when Jupiter is in total Neechabhanga Raj Yoga, it is giving excellent results, extraordinary. And 2 best examples which I have in mind right now, Barack Obama, US president for 2 consecutive terms, he has Jupiter and Saturn in the Lagna in Capricorn. And see, all the good qualities, all the excellent results of Jupiter are there in his case. Another example, Sachin Tendulkar, he has Mars and Jupiter together in total Neechabhanga. He is considered as god of cricket. So you can see that Jupiter exactly in same sign, debilitation sign, it is giving excellent results, and at the same time it has the capability to give the worst possible results also in life. So this is the wide variation, and that is what I wanted to point out here. Okay, that is what I wanted to point out here. So I think that now you would have learned so many things, and how you should be very careful while analyzing such sensitive positions. Okay, and keep in consideration the moon and Lagna Lord. They are very, very important. So I think that you would have understood a lot about Jupiter in Capricorn today. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more, check on my website and Facebook page. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.